Hey there, YouTube. WhiskeyCactus here, welcoming you back to our Let's Play of The Letter. This is episode number 32, and in the last episode... Oh, that is not what I wanted. That is not at all what I wanted. Actually, it's just about what I wanted. I want to do load game. That's what I want to do. Okay. Yeah, so last time, Ashton and Isabella... We're still playing the Ashton arc. But Ashton and Isabella went to BRC and did some investigating, and we found out 100% confirmation that Isabella's father died. And now we're talking about that, and she's crying, and Ashton's saying stuff, and shit's about to come out of Ashton's mouth, and we left it on a cliffhanger. So let's very quickly hop right back into that. Yes, please, load game file. So here we are. But one thing is certain, none of what I'm about to say is a lie. Oh dear, what is he about to say?
The Isabella I know is a total klutz, but I've never seen anyone work as hard as she does.
That is hugely not what I was hoping he was going to say. Oh man, what a... There better be more than that.
She's the type who wears her heart on her sleeve. Though it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's always in the right place. She's intimidated by a lot of stuff, but she knows how to appreciate the smallest things in life. Frankly, you've caused us no small amount of trouble since you barged into our lives.
Oh dear.
But when I'm with you...
Oh dear.
When I'm with you, all of my worries seem trivial.
Oh dear. One more, man. Just one more, like, setting. He's gonna wimp out. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. Look at that face. Come on, man. Heat has already crept up my face when... Oh. Heat has already crept up my face when the turn this whole thing is about to take registers. Before I blurt the rest of it out... declare feelings I'm not even ready to reveal to anyone, much less to her, my hand comes up to smother the rest of it. Alright, well, you know what? Then you don't deserve her. Though embarrassment quickly takes the reins before I can completely clamp my mouth shut.
And I'm pretty sure Zach and Becca think the same way.
Yeah, okay, well. You can keep on self-sabotaging, or you can be happy, one or the other.
You have a nasty way of growing on people like that, and you know what? We got everything we needed in here. I'll just wipe the security recordings and we're good to go. While I'm at it, you better wipe the snot off your face. And you don't look very nice when you're balding like that.
You know what, Ashton? Whatever. There's still time for there to be ghosty shit in this building. I feel like there has to be. I feel like there has to be some ghosty shit. Where were we? There's so many events on this day now between Ashton and Becca and all that stuff. Here we go. While gathering what they've found, Ashton accidentally brought up Isabella's father, who had apparently passed away the day before. Suddenly, her reasons for trying to fix this mess became clear to him. In his attempt to comfort her, he ended up almost admitting something he's not yet ready to put into words. Alright, well, you know, life happens when you're not fucking ready for it, man. Hastily, I gather everything. The personnel files, client documents, sales agreements, and contracts, anything my hands could reach. In record time, all of it has been stacked in a neat pile. Ready for storage. I'm heading for the records room not a few seconds later. Wherever that is, I bet it's going to be isolated and I'm going to find a ghost. It should be an easy find. Unless this place is a maze of some sort, you know what? I bet it's going to be a maze, especially when you have to run from the ghost. Which I highly doubt. Still beats staying here and seeing the look on her face. Crap. Really, her anger's still bearable. I can take that, including the glower she sends my way.
So, yeah, I'll go get the security videos and put these back where you pulled them from. Man, these are heavy, you know?
Yeah,
Ash, it's just paper. You don't even know where I...
Oh, no, I can handle this. Easy as pie. And, yeah, security cams, tapes, videos, cams.
Cams. More cams. ...
Yeah, I'm off.
Her rejection at this point? Maybe not yet. Here we go. Okay, now. Okay, now. Okay, now. This is where ghosty shit's gonna happen. Let me just move my microphone and get close to my keyboard for these impending QuickTime events. ... Getting the files back to BRC's archive room is a cinch. Wonderful. What happens when the door locks behind you? With the documents back in their proper places, I Dude. 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 See, here's the thing. I get that you're self-sabotaging when it comes to your love life, but maybe don't self-sabotage when you're dealing with a fucking ghost, because you will fucking die. Don't lock the door behind you, maybe? I mean, this is clearly going to be a QuickTime event because of that. Tugging it twice just to make sure. Now, on to the next order of business. Removing the evidence of our little excursion in here, or at the very least the parts showing what we've been doing during the past hour. Can't have our faces plastered on security footage, showing us breaking the laws, as it were. I'm going to have to wipe the data for Isabella's access card entries, too. Surprisingly, finding their security room proves a breeze. What will be tricky is getting inside. The fact that no one has walked out during the whole time we've been here means the room is either empty or their security's sound asleep. Oh dear. Or, option 3, I'm banking more on the former. If they're cutting corners and firing agents, I have no doubt that they've fired the guy stationed there, if they have anyone watching the monitors in the first place. It's a rather common thing for establishments, just leave security recording indefinitely, and only check the footage if something actually happens. Just to check, I press my ears against the door, listening for a sign of anyone occupying the room. Oh, I bet he's going to hear a sound, and it's going to sound something like, After a long minute and nothing, I give the knob a few rattles.
Standard lock and key. Should be easy enough to pick.
We're just gonna save. We have lockpick sets, but those are only to be used if necessary and with a search warrant. Even then, it's a skill set rarely needed. Subtlety isn't on a cop's priority if they have authority to search the premises. Bolt cutters and brute force are the favored methods. If those fail, we call a locksmith. Me, I prefer the good old hairpin trick when those options aren't available. Besides, they're easy to hide and store for emergencies. Running my hand through my hair, I pull a pair of bobby pins. Oh dear. Those are the bobby pins. 2 of these, and I can just about open any standard lock. One makes a lever, and the other makes the handle. Alright. Won't call it a complex skill, but it certainly takes time and a lot of practice to successfully pick a lock. Good thing I've practiced with them for a bit in my college years. I learn more when they're accessible and standard issue for a law enforcement officer. Wiggle here, click there, and I manage to seize all the pins in the locking mechanism soon enough. With a slight turn of the knob, the security room's ripe for the picking. Great! Yeah, we're gonna save. We're gonna save. Because either, I mean, right there, first of all, right fucking there, I see it. I fucking see it. But second of all, we're gonna either get a ghost in the room, or a ghost on the cameras. And I fucking see it right here. I know it's there. There's the fucking arms, and the head, and the hair, and the body. I know it's there, guys. You're not gonna fucking fool me. Nice try, Yang Yang. I'm fucking onto you. This room's odor hits me first. A sharp, nauseating stench. Guys, here we go. It's if someone has accidentally spilled a gallon of bleach in the room. Or maybe there's a rotting corpse in the room. How about that one? When was the last time they opened this place?
Ugh, this place smells awful. Jesus, it's worse than the forensics lab on a bad day.
Well, that's probably because there's a dead body in there. This is probably because of a badly botched effort to clean the place up. Even in the dark, I can spy dark stains on the walls. Okay. I really don't have the time to try and play Is This Ketchup or Soda right now, but I have a strange gut feeling who the mess might belong to. I bet you don't. As expected, no security personnel mans the office's CCTV control whatever, and the standalone DVR setup is open for anyone. Normally I'd have a heap of things to say about this sloppy security setup, but right now their negligence makes the whole task of erasing evidence easier.
No fuss, no muss.
Except for the ghost. The next one should be the access card data. Hopefully, getting into their computer won't be too much of a hassle. When's the QuickTime event coming? Everything up to now has been smooth sailing. You keep raising death flags, Ashton. I might just let you die. I might just let you die. Maybe I'll just let you die. There have been hiccups, I'll give it that. Though it does nothing to dampen the good mood. I mean... Can you be less genre savvy? Can you possibly be less genre savvy? Are you gonna say the words "nothing can possibly go wrong"? Just say that. It's the only way you can make this even worse. Oh my god. Once I shift my attention to the machine sitting next to the DVR setup, all of it swiftly evaporates. I am no computer buff, but I can definitely recognize one more than a decade old. Simply looking at it makes me feel younger. With a heavy sigh, I power it up and mentally prepare myself for a slow slug. Slow, apparently, remains an understatement here. It takes a whole 3 minutes for the thing to start up. The OS hasn't even started loading, and in my boredom, I start inspecting the live feeds from the cam's bad call. Gonna go out on a limb and say that's a bad call. Only 2 work. One, view outside, right here. Totally fine, nothing sketchy. Everything seems to be in order there. And the other, for the main workspace where, oh gee, what's that in the middle? It's a fleeting glimpse, a cursory glance, but the sight of it stops me. Image is a bit blurry, but standing there right in the middle of the room by one of the cubicles, I can make out the form of a... Oh, great. Great. Hey there, Mr. Ghost. Miss Ghost. Mrs. Ghost. I don't know, it's 2018, whatever you want to go by.
What the hell is...
I don't get too far into that line of thought. No few seconds after my words have slipped out without any sort of warning, while I'm still trying to make sense of what it is, the figure moves. Okay, well, we knew this was gonna happen. We knew very well that this was gonna happen. Moment of, oh, hi. A moment of paralysis hits me when she stops right in front of the camera. Like a damn rookie, I go still in the face of danger. Hi, I see you there. Are you gonna crawl out of the TV? I bet you're gonna crawl out of that monitor. I bet you're gonna crawl out of that monitor ring style. I definitely haven't been trained to handle the supernatural, and this is one, isn't it? And, oh fuck. Her eyes bore into me, the malice in them piercing even beyond the screen. It's enough to make me go numb. Only the mug crashing to the floor when my hand accidentally takes a swipe at it snaps me out of my trance, reminding me that I'm not the only one here. Isabella. Seems she hasn't noticed anything. Am I the only one seeing this? In any case, whatever's happening, I have to get her out. Oh, this is a bad idea. Just gonna assume this is not gonna be a good thing. Gathering my wits, I quickly reach for my phone, and her phone's gonna ring, and then the ghost is gonna turn around and see, oh shit, there's a person there that I can kill. What are you doing, dude? Takes all but 2 seconds before she answers, but there's no time for relief.
Did you really have to call? We're practically on the same floor.
Get out of there.
What? What are you...
Out. Get out. I'll meet you in the elevator.
Oh, no. No. Why would you go into an elevator? Guys, you...
You're creeping me out, Ash.
Just get yourself out of that place, now!
Without second thought, I back away from the controls, from the room, ready to be done with this place. But before my foot even moves, she disappears.
Son of a...
Oh, hi! Ha ha ha! Who didn't see that coming? I know, I saw that coming. Hello! Hi, Ghost. What's up? You're looking especially angry today. Instinct instantly takes over, and my hand quickly reaches for the gun at my side. Yeah, shoot a ghost. Only to meet empty air. A mistake that cost me a few precious seconds while the paperwork I've brought with me threatens to scatter everywhere at the same time. Gathering everything in myself once more, with no weapon to protect myself, my sense of self-preservation kicks in. Next, and I lunge toward the door that you locked behind you. I sprint across the office without daring to look back. Isabella's already waiting in front of the elevators by the time I make it out of their office, where he creases her eyebrows upon glancing in. Now, what door did he lock, though? I don't know. Whatever. They don't have time to answer the question in her eyes. As soon as I reach her, I grab her arm, practically throw the two of us into the open elevator, and slam the button for the ground floor. This is a bad idea, guys. Now you're in an elevator, and you can't get out of the elevator, so when the ghost magically appears in the elevator, you're fucked. Jesus Christ. How not to survive a horror movie 101. A sigh of relief escapes from me when the elevator starts its descent. The clicking noise fades off into the distance, and then, surprise, the elevator gets stuck. Beside me, Isabella shifts, moving the stack of papers under her arm while she takes in my appearance. Concerns in her eyes, though all I offer her is a small gesture of my hand while I attempt to compose myself. Breathe. In. Out.
Why are we in such a hurry?
Oh, Isabella. You know why we're in such a hurry.
We need to get out of this place. Did you get everything?
Because I am now a believer in the supernatural.
Yeah, it's all here. But really, you don't look too good. What's wrong, Ash?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll be fine. Just...
It didn't say 7 days, so I guess everything's good, right?
I was in the security room. From the monitors, there was a fucking...
Oh, I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. Oh dear. The rest of what I'm about to say dies on my tongue when the elevator stops and the doors open to... Ghost! Where is it? Where's the ghost? I know it's there. I know it's fucking there. There's a moment's pause when we both take in our surroundings. Confusion's understandably there.
Oh, come on! They should just replace this whole thing.
No, I'm quite sure I pressed for the ground floor.
Well, guess what? You're trapped in here. Right? But it's just as Isabella said, the elevator always did have problems when I visited in the past. Often she becomes so angry whenever we try to get to her floor, and she'll have to repeatedly smash the button for the elevator to even move. It was always good for a laugh. I wasn't too worried then. Now... Yup. Here we go. From the distance, beyond the light's reach, the noise echoes in my ears along with the rapid pounding in my chest. What's interesting about this, though, is that Isabella's here with me. This is the only time, I think, that I've had an encounter with the ghost where there was more than one character involved in the situation. Aware of what was happening. Isabella stiffens and her eyes grow wide at the sound. But we are getting towards the end now, and we need to have some kind of... something bigger, I guess. Gingerly, she reaches up to grab the hem of my sleeve and grips it hard, tight enough for her fingernails to dig through. Her eyes search wildly for the source of the sound, while I stand protectively in front of her.
Ash, did you hear that?
No. Whatever could you mean?
Anyone there? ...
I
can hear you moving from here.
It's going to jump up in front of me. I know it's going to jump scare me. It's not going to slowly slink out from back there. It's going to go right up in the middle. That's what's going to happen. Prepare, guys. Trigger warning.
Show yourself.
No response. No response, only the soft sound of something scurrying around the floor and the walls in slow, deliberate movements, faint, though still audible enough in this hush. I'm gonna save again. Until it stops. Here we go. Here comes the quick time event. A moment.
We need to go, Ash. We have to.
She's getting interrupted by something. And then... oh, fuck. Oh, extra fuck. This time, I'm certain it isn't my imagination. Against my training, my whole body freezes. Hands still mid-press on the button, eyes growing wide, while waiting for any sort of movement from further back, and ears strained for the source of the sound. I'm switching to totally keyboard now. I can't even offer Isabella any reassurances. Much as I hate to admit it, dread has seeped into every nerve in my body, and the blasted elevator still won't work.
This isn't in my fucking training manual.
You have time to say that in this kind of a situation, really?
Ash, we need to leave. I know that sound. Ash, please, get the elevator.
Another series of shuffling against the ground, a laughter, and all of a sudden she's just there. Now it's time to save. Oh, no, she is going to slink up from the back there. Okay, look at you. Like a twisted spider, she stares at us, a look of hunger in her eyes, and venom in the twisted manner she smiles. A glee she has well earned, when we're damn flies that have been dropped right onto the spider's web.
Damn it!
Okay, well, here goes. Without warning, she moves, mocking me, with each unhurried crawl she takes, knowing I'm at her mercy.
Fucking hell!
Ashton, the door! The door!
Our lives are in the hands of a crummy elevator, literally hanging between life and death. We're not going to die here. Not in a damn elevator. What am I doing? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Fuck! Fuck, we're gonna die. Yup, we died. Okay. Well. Okay. So, now I know what the QuickTime event is. Now I know what the QuickTime event is. Alright, I think we're fine now. Alright. Alright, so...
Ashton!
Damn it!
Yeah.
Fucking hell!
Ashton, the door!
Alright, let's
The
save.
door!
Let's save here. Just in case I lose again, which is totally possible. Alright. Not in a damn elevator. So we have to press a whole bunch of buttons. Alright. 8, 3, 7, 9, 2. 4, 9, 6, 3, 5. 2, 9, 3, 1, 4. 9, 8, 5, 1, 6. Really? Really? As if a divine power has heard me swearing up a storm in my head, the doors close just as the thing looms near. Soon the elevator, the blasted thing, is headed up. Isabella's knees buckle in relief. In 2 ticks, she's hugging herself without any care for the mess of papers and folders she has dropped on the floor in her panic. She draws in one ragged breath after another, each one brimming with nothing but relief. And this is the most I've been tired in my whole damn life. Not during training, when my superior first asked me to drop 100, not after a stakeout, but after smashing a fucking elevator button repeatedly. I slump onto the ground beside her, worn out. But I don't let myself feel relief again, not until we're out of here. Isabella seems to be of the same mind as she looks to me. I'm gonna save. I assume that was the QuickTime event. I haven't noticed that there are multiple QuickTime events in any of these scenes, but you never know. So I'm still on my guard, but I think we might be in the clear at this point. Still, I find myself sharing a shaky laugh with her.
We're okay.
Oh god, no. No, we're not.
fine.
No, we're not.
Right?
Nope.
Yeah, we're good. Alive.
Why do you keep raising death flags?
Fuck, we should have taken the goddamn stairs.
I mean, I told you that 10 minutes ago. Twice I've seen it. Thrice, if I include the party. Unless I'm tripping balls without realizing it, there's no doubt in my mind that this is actually happening. I don't want to believe it, but with the truth staring at me in the face, it'll be stupidity to deny the reality of the matter. Alright, well, we are, in fact, out. And safe for the moment. Alright, let's hop over to this new journal entry. Where are we at? Here we go. Okay. Ashton and Isabella beat a quick exit after getting what they needed, making sure not to leave evidence of their break-in. On their way out, however, the elevator malfunctioned and dropped them in the building's basement parking instead, where a familiar face welcomed them. Well, okay. As soon as the lift hits the ground floor, we hightail out of the building. Seb's sound asleep when we pass by his station, and he's probably not going to be alive too much longer. However, in the face of what we've seen, everything I've faced tonight, we really can't care less who still sees us on our way out. The sooner we get away from this place, the farther the better. I'm just not sure if that also means being safe. She almost got us, damn it. The fucking thing almost had us. Shit, it was only by luck that we managed to get the fucking elevator unstuck. Excuse me! I feel like you're devaluing my contribution to this. Had the blasted thing not worked in the last second, I need some air. Fresh, breathable air that doesn't stink like death and gore all at once. I'm panicking. Christ, losing focus. With another person here, I can't afford that now. Isabella hasn't said anything, but I know she's more shaken than I am. I can't lose it when another person's depending on me.
Remember your training, Frey.
Indeed. Another deep breath, and soon I'm starting the engines and driving us off. After that little incident, somewhere open would be good. Someplace I won't get trapped. This does not feel like a good idea. Just, I don't know. Somehow this does not feel like a good idea. Luxbourne Park brings a welcome relief, though only by some. The chill that has seeped in my bones is still there, furling and unfurling underneath my skin. If I don't move, if I don't busy myself with anything, soon my brain will go haywire. It's the last thing I want to have happen when there are plenty of things to do. But this already answers all of it, doesn't it? Those deaths? Just how many copies of the letter are out there? Isabella can't have the only one if other people are also getting cursed. That's true, but we saw in Isabella's arc, before her QuickTime event at the office, there were copies made. They got printed out, but we don't know what happened to them. Could it be that the one she has shown us is just one of 5? Maybe even more? That whole pass this to 5 people business is ridiculous, but at this point, is it still? All in all, we found 21 people who might have read the letter, 7 of them deceased, 8 if we count Cooper. And that's only with what we can find right now. We have no idea how the contractors and specialists hired from outside the company are doing, if they are in any way affected. How many more people are suffering? How many are missing? How many are dead? Can I still even blame the Wrights for this? If anything, they might be in danger as well. Oh, you don't even fucking know, dude. I don't think I can wish a curse upon anyone, no matter how big of a douchebag Luke Wright is. There's also that woman. How do we get out of this mess? How do we get away from her? Shit, still so many things we need to look into. Yet all my body wants to do is pace, burn out whatever excess energy there is in me.
Ashton, I'm getting dizzy. Will you sit down?
It's the first time Isabella has said anything. She's been sitting quietly since we dropped here. Better and less distracting than watching her nervous habits, I suppose. She certainly seems calm now. Too calm, in fact, for someone who has just seen something terrible. Well, she's seen some shit, man. Some things and some stuff. But it's been more than a week for her already. People do get desensitized to things at some point, even someone like Isabella. Who knows what's going on inside her head, though? At mine, there are too many things, and none of them would sit still.
I'm not going crazy, am I? I saw that. I'm pretty sure I saw that. I didn't inhale anything weird. Just shit. Shit. Isabella, please tell me that wasn't...
Ha! Yes! Okay, you know what? Good for Isabella. She has the I told you so moment, and she's fucking taking it, and I respect the shit out of that. I love it. What I'm not expecting when I turn to her is mirth. One that she could barely contain. I fucking told you, you wouldn't believe me. Guess what?
You're laughing.
Uh-huh.
You're laughing.
Yup.
Why are you laughing?
'Cause you're a dickbag. I'm not quite sure what she sees in my face, but in the next second, a laugh suddenly bursts out from her. Hello, voice acting. I'm so sorry. It's just that you should have seen the look on your face back there. What? Come on, man. Yes, right, I'm sure. I'm not the one who panicked. You almost ripped my arm off. Yeah, but why do I have to do this? Come on, man. I am nowhere near as talented as Howard Wang and Amanda Lee. Come on. Yeah, but... Isabella, this isn't funny. That woman almost got us. We could have ended up dead.
I know. I'm really sorry.
Random, okay.
But this is just too precious to miss. You really lost your shit for a moment there.
You're trying to get back at me, aren't you?
Well, I'm not the one who kept calling someone scaredy cat for years. How does it feel?
I'm not scared.
Ha.
Really? Because it doesn't seem that way to me. At all.
I'm not, alright? I just don't know what to do right now.
Immediately after the moment passes, replaced by another tense silence. Laughter dies in her lips as everything sinks in. We're in deep shit, and it's finally caught up and hit us like a ton of bricks. Hit me more than anyone. Because she has been warning us of this since day one, and I'm the first person who brushed it off. Yup. Despite that, she still reaches out to me, tugging at my sleeve almost desperately. Her hands are trembling, and there's a tremor in her voice when she speaks. Without the cheer, only fear remains. One that she has been burdened with from the beginning.
We're still going to do something about it, right?
Nah, I think we're good. Just leave it alone. It'll work itself out.
Not just stand around and let that thing get us.
Unexpectedly, she leans her forehead against my arm, and her grip on my sleeve tightens. There's desperation in there, a quiet plea.
I don't want to lose anyone anymore, Ash.
I wish I could give her that promise, but with so many unknowns, so many things I don't understand about this, how could I? Why she still trusts that I can do something about this baffles me. Excuse me, it all feels wholly undeserved, considering the way I've treated her. Yet, despite my reluctance, I find myself returning her hold in kind. A grasp, warm and light enough for comfort. Not a promise, but the closest thing to it. ... Are we moving on to Luke Wright? No, we're not. Alright. Oh, fuck, I don't like this. I don't like this! Oh, God. Alright, well, we are on the 30th. What happens on the 30th? Do we know? We have to call Zach, and Zach is at the mansion. That's right. And Becca almost dies, so we're probably going to get a call from Becca. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But ... Darkness blurs the edges of my vision. Oh, it's time to be edgelord. Alright. Darkness blurs the edges of my vision. Black tendrils twist and coil around my limbs. Soft footfalls echo from the far distance, scurrying, scampering, moving in an odd rhythm with the sharp, piercing notes of her laughter. A scream threatens to burst, but my throat closes off. Ever so slowly, a chill seeps into every nerve in my body, washing away every sensation in me apart from one. There is only fear. Once again, her laughter echoes, a sound both bitter and unforgiving. It is the last thing I hear before she reaches for me. Oh, fuck. Fuck, fuck. Fuck, fuck. What up? The ground trembles. The world slows to a stop. And I wake up in Isabella's house. Apartment, whatever. Look at me. Where'd I sleep? Morning breaks in a blurry mess of vivid shapes and colors. Oddly, there's no feeling of terror or confusion gripping me, despite the vague images that have driven me from my sleep. Awareness kicks in shortly, though slow and sluggish, as I blink away the last remnants of unconsciousness from my eyes. The early morning light already streams from the open windows when the memory sets in, and the room finally comes into focus. Isabella's apartment. Pushing myself upright, my eyes wander idly towards her prone form. She's hunched over the coffee table, both her arms under her head while she continues to rest. Then to the chaos of papers and folders we've left scattered over it, before sleep has claimed both of us. We've bunkered down here last night. After both our nerves have calmed down, mine for the most part, staying together was an unspoken invitation. And anyway, I'm pretty sure neither of us wants to remain alone when there's that woman. Is she still one in the first place? One that we'd normally call a human? Can it still feel guilt? Does it understand pain?
Fuck. I'd rather get charged for breaking and entering than mess with whatever that thing was any day.
Not that thinking about this still matters, when all our lives are in her hands. She's dangerous. If we don't do anything about her and this curse, we'll definitely be pushing daisies soon. I can't let that happen. I've dallied on this long enough. Left all my friends in harm's way, after the warnings they've all given me. Besides, beneath the terror and the adrenaline that keeps me running, knowing what lies ahead for Isabella makes it hard not to take action. The paper sitting on the edge of the table calls my attention, and this, light against my hand when I reach for it. It has caught my eye the night before, but with the lot we still need to go through, I've simply ignored it. The logo emblazoned at the top of the page, however, provides this paper a whole new meaning. Not for me, but definitely for her.
A scholarship grant, huh?
Oh, University of Luxembourg, Office of Admissions and Financial Aid. Dear Miss Isabella Grace C. Santos. The Office of... I can almost read some of that. Scholarship grant. Well, look at that. I've only ever heard her talk about this once or twice, completing her degree, that is. She rarely goes about it in great detail, preferring to keep it to herself. Perhaps it's the fact that she thinks she's already too old to be chasing after it. No! Never too old to go back to school, guys. Don't use that as an excuse. It has been 5 years, after all, but I've caught enough snippets of conversation between her and Zach to know she's never given up on it. Despite how things have panned out with her father, she's one step closer to this part of her life. Silly as this may sound, coming from a friend, I'd like to give her the chance to have this. Whether this means stepping out of my comfort zone and figuring out what the deal is with this, figuring what the deal with this curse is, I'll do so. If only to see that same smile from her from that time again. These days, only the moments she seems to show it is when she's asleep, like right now. No matter how uncomfortable she appears. Smile of my own forms, despite this, when I glance at her sleeping form again. She hasn't moved since, her shoulders rising and falling in a slow, even rhythm with her breathing. You wouldn't think she had any problems this way.
If only that were true.
Yeah, if only. Sighing, I place the paper back where I've gotten it, carefully so I won't accidentally wrinkle or damage it in some way, and finally push myself off my makeshift bed. Isabella shifts when I carry her, off from the floor and over to her bed, but doesn't wake. Simply tucks herself comfortably under the covers I pull over her. Briefly, though, she mumbles something to herself and draws in another deep breath.
Becca, Ashton's being dumb again.
Oh dear. Oh dear, what up? She drifts back to a deeper state of sleep after, like it hasn't been interrupted by the slightest movement earlier. But the small smile on her lips remains, when I find myself returning in kind.
Who sleeps like a rock now?
It's better this way. Better to leave her to her dreams for the moment, which I hope are better than the ones I've had. She'll have time to worry about our problems later when she wakes up. For now, this will be another thing I don't want to take away from her. A moment of respite, no matter how fleeting. She deserves it, after everything she's been put through. What I've put her through. In the meantime, I still have 2 other people I need to check with. Isabella will definitely get in a tizzy if I don't check on them. Well, we know he's going to check on Zach. And we know... Oh, no. Becca doesn't call him, because that was an alternate universe. She didn't die. That's right. That was only in the alternate universe where she died. But I didn't save that one. Cold Luxborn air meets me... I can't do the edgy voice anymore. I'm done with the edgelord voice. Cold Luxborn air meets me upon stepping out the hallway. Not unusual in itself. This is what Luxborn's weather is supposed to be. A bit cold, damp for the most part, and more often than not terribly drab with an occasional sprinkling of rain every few hours. The sky's still clear, but I'll give it a day or two before the weather takes a turn for the worse. I've complained about the awful rains for years, despite having lived here my entire life. I have to admit, though, seeing it return to the usual feels extremely reassuring. At least something's still normal in the world, and I can no longer think the same for the situation we're in. A nightmare. That's probably all this is. Yeah, sure. You keep thinking that. Usually I'll say I've been through worse, but that's simply another lie I've often told myself, isn't it? And I've fed myself a great deal of lies throughout the years, just so I won't have to think about it the next day. Maybe we won't even have this problem, if I haven't been running away and ignoring things, hiding them someplace no one will see, because I've since believed doing so is a show of weakness.
The fuck do I know about ghosts, though?
Well, we know somebody who does know about ghosts, don't we, Ash? What does Zach? What does Rebecca? What does Professor Clark? Isn't he the one who knows about all this shit? Oh, what if he's bad? I just kind of thought about that. Z-Man has shown me photographs, mentioned weird things happening around him these past few days. Bottom line, he likely knows about as much as I do. Why else would he approach me, the guy who knows stuff, according to him? In the end, all I've done is give him the brush off. Some reliable guy I am. Hell, Rebecca's probably in the same boat, grasping for anything that might provide an answer, a way out of this. Well, she's in a library right now, dealing with a ghost. What can any of us do, when all of us lacks any understanding of what's happening? One thing's clear about this, however. That thing is after us because Because of the letter. Well, that is the name of the game, isn't it? Both Rebecca and Zach have seen it, too. She'll go after them as well. Yet here I am, walking up to Becca's door, one slow step at a time, a stalling tactic to allow myself some time to put the mess in my head in a better order. How to phrase this when there's a 90% chance she's still pissed about a whole different matter. It's the only reason we didn't check on her last night, aside from the ungodly hour Isabella and I arrived. We'll only alarm her by showing up in her home in the middle of the night, acting like babbling lunatics, and her anger can last quite a while. These days, it seems the only one she can easily forgive is Isabella, but even with her, Becca's fuming still takes hours. I run my hand through my hair and straighten out my jacket before knocking. Once, twice, 3 times, just to be sure she's heard me, even if she's asleep. She's usually awake by now, though.
Hey, Becca, it's Ash. Open up. Don't tell me you're still in bed.
Seconds tick by. No answer from her, and dread has started to creep up. I've been trained to handle dire situations, but the feeling has been doing that quite frequently since last night. My mind begins to anticipate the worst, and in the next minute, concern has mixed in with my thoughts, and I bang my fist on the door, louder this time. She'll definitely be livid, but I'd rather face her wrath than a dead body.
Becca, it's Ash. There's something we need to talk about right away. Open up. I know you're...
Your girlfriend left early this morning, pretty boy.
Who the fuck is that? What up?
So, if you could do us a bloody favor and shut up, that'd be real fucking polite.
It's Luke! What? What are you doing here, Luke? What are you doing here? My hand pauses short of landing another heavy knock. From the other unit, Rebecca's other neighbor peeks in through his door, though I see nothing but a bundle of blankets. Was that Luke? It sounded like Luke. I'll say they need help from being devoured by their sheets, but it sounds like he's just fine. He's a huge asshole, too, course of action, so people like him won't ruin your day. Act like the nicest person on the planet. Has done me wonders when I was a rookie patrolling the streets, no need to match his temper.
Oh, did she say where she was going?
I don't know. She said something about meeting someone or something, in case Filipina girl over there asks.
I guess it's not Luke. It sounded like Luke. The way he was talking. But, it makes a lot more sense that it's not. Alright. Whatever. Okay, cool.
Well, what am I, her keeper? You know, some people want to sleep in on a bloody Sunday, so keep it down. Just looking forward to this weekend. Thanks, you damn git.
Well, there's no need to be an ass about it. I'll get out of your...
He slams his door shut without warning, but not before muttering a string of very colorful words about me. Probably thinks I won't hear him inside the 4 walls of his apartment.
Jerk.
And at the end of it, a sigh. So Rebecca's not here. I must have missed her by an hour or so, but at least she's not alone. She should be safe, in theory. More so, well, what do we know about where Rebecca is right now? She's in the fucking library. More so, if the person she's meeting with is who I am thinking. Nevertheless, I still can't help but worry. It's an easy thing continuing down increasingly darker lines of thought. To act brashly to find out where she is and go straight there without deliberating on my actions first. There's Zach to boot. Rebecca's not alone, but I can't say the same for the big guy. A simple phone call to the both of them should do the trick. It'll ease my nerves at any rate. It's better than rushing over to Zach's place or assuming Rebecca's whereabouts and finding out they're not where I've guessed they should be. Assuming the worst will come next, which I'd rather avoid this early. Any other reason, I won't bother them, but an emergency begs for urgency. This is one, right? Even if it isn't, anxiety from concern dulls judgment, something I most certainly can't afford to lose at any given time, especially right now. Any means to calm it will do wonders for the muddled mess my mind is already in. Alright, do we get to pick who we call? Pulling up my phone, I thumb through the screen until it ends up with a group with only Zach's, Rebecca's, and Isabella's numbers listed. Other people will probably say I keep too few friends when they chance on this. To some extent, it's true. I can easily name about 100 people I've been acquainted with through the years. Colleagues, blockmates from uni, neighbors, those sort of people. They all come and go. But these three have chosen to stay for some reason, without wanting or asking for anything. Unlike the others, none has Zach's kindness, Rebecca's patience, nor the sincerity in Isabella's eyes. One day, these guys are just there, the next thing I know, being with them eases it. That heavy, somber feeling lingering in the air when you stand alone in your apartment, or something as simple as spending your day off without anyone. I'll say it's loneliness, but this carries much more depth than that. If I can help it, I don't want to lose any of them to some stupid curse. A phone call may be the least comforting thing at the moment. Honestly, I prefer being in the same room with them right now, but I'll take what I can get. Becca first. She'll get angry at me for worrying about her. She isn't some hopeless damsel in distress, after all. She isn't the shy little girl I knew when we were children. We're already far from the people we were back then, but that's more than enough reason to check in on her. I don't have to imagine her head on. Ha 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 ha. She'll do it instead of asking for help when she needs it. Ha ha ha. You know she's either just in the middle of battling a ghost or just finished battling a ghost right now, bro. I don't care if she gets mad at me, if only to know that she's fine. A ring. In the silence of the hallway, its sound alone might as well be sharp enough to pierce through my ears. Well, then take it off a speaker, you jackass. Don't be that guy. Another second passes. 2. 3. But when on the 9th ring, it goes straight to her voicemail. How can you say it goes straight to her voicemail if it rang 9 times? That is not straight to voicemail, bro. A cold feeling instantly lodges in my stomach.
Rebecca Gales here. You've reached my voicemail. Sorry if I can't get to you right now. Oh, and if this is Isabella, yes, you're free to reheat the food in my fridge. Otherwise, leave a message.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Probably just busy, that's all, though I still barely manage to keep my voice even when I speak.
Hey, Becca, call me back when you're free. We need to talk. ASAP.
Yeah, well, that's the message she gets on her phone when she bursts out of the library. Right? That was what it was. Checking her mobile, a lone voicemail from Ashton was in it, telling her they need to talk ASAP. Yeah. Becca will be alright. Is alright. She's safe. She's with someone else. Well, in the event that woman shows up, she'll have someone with her, someone she'll be able to ask for help. She's safe, except the ghost attacks when she's alone. She can handle herself. Becca might have a fiery temper, but she knows when she's faced with something she can't handle herself. Rebecca will see my missed call, and she'll call me back. Well, we don't know that she calls him back because the chapter ended, but we assume. Though I don't express it enough, Rebecca is someone I consider important to me. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so fucking precious. Wow, okay. She's been my friend for the longest. Anybody else would have been fed up with me and left. Girl stuck by me no matter how big of a jerk I've been. There's Zach and Isabella now too, of course. I'll always be thankful for having them around. The worst times before, however, Becca was there. No one believes it when I say it, but I've surely had my alpha moments as a bratty kid and as a horrible team. I believe it immediately. Issues. I've too many of them to count and refuse to deal with for a time. At least, that's what Andrew likes to tell me. I tend to think nothing of it. It has mellowed down over the years, thanks to the professor, mostly. But at times, I do wonder if it still burdens me the way it did all those years ago. After all, I was terrible, especially around the time of my parents' separation. Looking back at it now, I had no reason to direct all my frustration towards everyone else. Well, I wasn't the kid who lashed out at anyone, preferring to keep it to myself and turning those negative feelings into more productive things. I've grown distant from a lot of people because of it. From my old friends back in my old school and the neighbors I've hung out with before moving. A habit I've likely brought with me into adulthood. I was just so angry with everyone and everything. All I kept thinking about All I kept thinking about was myself, wondering why me. In retrospect, I was selfish. I was a selfish little bastard who thought the world revolved around me. That I shouldn't have been going through it. I believed my behavior was entitled. That I had the right. Tough times, but she stuck with me. Snapped me out of my little sulk, as she often phrases it, whenever she sees the chance to bring it up. She didn't tolerate my bullshit, but she didn't leave me alone either. If anything, the whole thing made her stick around. Her concern may have grown a bit overbearing as the years went by, but she's still an old friend nevertheless. I owe her a lot. That won't change.
Damn it. Where are you, Becca?
Another message left on her voicemail. Then on my third call, I hang up. For the time being, I can't do anything more than to wait for her to return my calls. Worrying aimlessly won't get me anywhere. Zach, on the other hand, that guy attracts trouble no matter how much he tries to avoid it. Doesn't help how hasn't been too hot lately with a lot of people. His mention of plans yesterday doesn't sit too well with me either. He might be the next responsible adult after Rebecca, out of the 4 of us, but I've still got to check on the big guy. Make sure he's doing okay at the very least, whatever he has planned on doing. All I'm asking is for it not to be idiotic. He's a sensible guy, I'm sure. No, it's pretty idiotic. He's about to go in through the window of the fucking Ermengarde mansion. However, desperation clings and pushes people to do things, rational or irrational. It doesn't matter. Clear thinking flies out the window the moment you're in danger, and I sincerely hope he has not found himself in a tricky situation. His phone doesn't even ring before he answers, or his voicemail at least. Great.
Well, a voicemail anyway. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, just leave a message, yeah?
Yeah.
And no, Ash, you're not allowed to lockpick your way into my apartment again. Just do what any other decent human being does and call if I'm not around. Thanks.
Okay. Did he turn it off? Why? I don't want to assume the worst yet. Maybe he's forgotten to charge it. Can't be. The guy can be a bit of a Boy Scout, even more than I am as a cop. He's the type who can be an extra battery or a power bank in his bag. He's the type who has an extra battery or a power bank in his bag if he ever needs it. Jesus Christ, I need to end this episode. And he always does. He won't say anything or brag about it, but he's got quite a roster of VIP freelance clients. He won't just leave his phone dead in case he's on the field, particularly when people will likely be looking for him. He always leaves his connection open whenever clients or his friends need him. Zach is reliable like that.
Why isn't anyone answering?
His mobile, in and out of range area sounds more plausible, although the thought of it doesn't completely shake off the unease. Unlike Rebecca and I, he took the time to listen to what Isabella said. And even if he didn't believe it, he was definitely the first one to offer help or try to do something. If he ends up in trouble doing whatever it is, so help me, I'm going to. Well, I can't be rash, I'm aware of that. Been running the same reminder in my head since last night. But if something happens, I'm certain my reaction won't be pretty. The added guilt from those times I've repeatedly dismissed him will surely haunt me.
Yo, Zach, call me back, alright? I wanted to check in and, yeah, just please call me back.
It's usually a joke between us when I say he's the Watson to my Sherlock. I don't see him as some assistant to put aside until he's needed, like some people like to believe, though. He's not some pity friend I keep around to make myself look good.
If anything, he's the one who stayed by me out of pity.
Zach's the one who puts up with me the most of the time, even when he doesn't need to. It's not a case of a cool cop who helped out a minority. In truth, I was a hard-headed, hot-tempered, and reckless rookie, up until I met him. It wasn't anything sudden, and some part of me is still that rookie, but I've grown, thanks to him. He tempers that part of me. Considering how our first impressions went, I'm lucky he stuck around. Becca and I may have spent a lot of years together as children, but Zach, he's probably the closest thing I'd call to a best friend. Though it's more than that. A camaraderie no words can express. He has my back, and I'll always have his. He's a brother I've never had the luck of ever having, only child and all.
And I have every reason to worry about my brother.
Becca's neighbor did say she went out to meet with someone, no specific names. If I'm wrong and she's not with Professor Clark, then maybe it's with Zach. They've never been close, but it's not the kind of awkward friendship where meeting together remains out of the question. Regardless, I continue dialing for his phone another 3 times like I've done with Becca's. In the end, after the 3rd attempt with no one answering, I stop and move to cut the call with a ragged exhale.
Waiting game it is, then.
Been trained for those. Hell, I'm used to them, just not when it comes to people I'm close to. Much as I keep reminding myself to maintain a level head, it's a whole different matter when it's someone you know. Personal feelings will likely get involved at some point, starting now, actually, with the anxious strings coiling and uncoiling, causing a racket inside my stomach. And that's exactly when the line finally connects. Before he even speaks, my question has already slipped out, including every pent-up worry and tension in my body.
Where are you?
The line's choppy, though I can still make out the words he's saying. Nothing to worry about then. He's just someplace where the network coverage is shitty. Can't imagine where at this time of morning, though. I bet I know. Did he go out for a jog?
What was that, Ash? Could you repeat that? Signal shitty here.
I asked, where are you? Hell, Zach, I've been calling your number for a good 20 minutes now. What kind of shithole did you get into?
I've meant that to sound as friendly as possible, to keep things light, at least. Instead, only the frustration shows in my tone.
Good morning to you, too. I should be at question. I've been looking all over the mansion for you. I thought you'd be...
What mansion?
Do I really need to answer that?
Why are you even...
Please don't tell me that's his plan, a morning visit to the mansion where Luke Wright is? Of all the pig-headed things to do right now, it's the best thing he can come up with, breaking and entering. I've got plenty of reasons to rail at him right now. Though no matter how much I want to give him a piece of my mind, unfortunately, it's not the time.
No, wait. Just get your ass to Isabella's place, and hurry.
He pauses a moment, a second of indecision while he seems to contemplate his options.
Howard, urgent is this?
In truth, the question, the hesitance, and the indecision in his voice has caught me completely off guard, and understanding dawns on me. His decision to go there isn't one born out of a stupid impulse. He must have found something. However, no matter how urgent it is, he still shouldn't have gone there, alone at that. Despite myself, in that split second of comprehension, I allow it to show. A weakness. A simple request brimming with every unease and disquiet causing turmoil within me since last night. It bears a selfish hope that he'll understand, even through the unstable signal, that whatever's keeping him there, he'll be willing to set it aside for
Pressing
now.
enough for you to stop asking questions and get yourself here. Please, Zach.
Silence fills the other end of the line again. For a long moment I assume he won't heed it, and I'll have to drive there myself just to drag him away from whatever danger he's skirting. Thankfully, he
I'll be here in
agrees.
a few. An hour or two tops.
Thanks. I'll see you.
Relief washes over me as soon as the call ends, and that is going to end this episode because we've been going way too long. So thank you guys so much for watching. Next time we will continue on. We'll check this journal entry and all that stuff. Good episode. I'm very, very enjoying this part of the storyline. It really seems like it's starting to come together, and I'm excited for where it's going, but we are way over time. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below, and also make sure you're subscribed for more episodes of The Letter, as well as whatever else comes out on this channel. Next time, we will continue on. We'll check out that journal entry. I have to remember to do that. And then we will see what happens. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you're excited for the next one. I will see you then. Goodbye.